सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. The text chosen for this small retreat is Ashtavakra Gita. Ashtavakra Gita is like an ocean of wisdom. When you go to an ocean, how much water can you carry back home? Or even if you go to Ganga at Rishikesh or Uttarkashi, Haridwar, how much water can you bring back? As per the capacity of our container. That doesn't belittle the effort, isn't it so? Even a drop of Ganga is enough to purify the whole person. That's why Shankaracharya says, Bhagavad Gita kinchita dita Ganga jalalava kanika pita. Even a drop of Ganga is enough to purify the person. Similarly, even though Ashtavakra Gita is like an ocean, is like Ma Ganga, even a few verses, if we can appreciate, if we can learn, and if we can take it into our system, that is enough to give us great insights and take us steps ahead in spirituality, in our journey of moksha. So that's the glory of Ashtavakra Gita. So do not ever feel that, oh, we are starting from this chapter, I do not know first 17 chapters that is there in the text, etc. But the text lends itself to be discussed from any portion, of course, with a certain background. So that's the glory of this Ashtavakra Gita. And many of you might already know something about this text. This text doesn't mince words. Ashtavakra, the great sage, is very, very direct in his approach. Sometimes we are not really used to direct communication. That's why a lot of people don't even make eye contact while speaking, They hesitate. We're not used to direct communication. It's also the social norms. That's how society is built, for whatsoever reason, good or bad. So somebody has cooked a meal, you go to somebody's house and they have cooked a meal and they ask you, how is it? Ella nanna irukka? You say yes, everything, but the rasam did not have salt. So, but it's not nice to directly communicate there and say no, that it was not good. Don't say that. So, because of the social norms, because of how society is built, we are really not used to direct communication. So Ashtavakra directly communicates the vision of the truth. He assumes that you are ready. Pujya Swamiji, Swami Dayananda Saraswati Ji, sitting here at the same spot, he said in one of the convocation address that there is no way for me but to assume that you are ready. That you are ready. A teacher, of course, recognizes the level of student, the part of the journey that one is, but then there still is always a certain assumption not in the worldly sense, kind of probably in my words I would say, a hope, a wish, and faith in the part of student, faith in student from the teacher, from the guru. The guru has the faith that the student will learn. Student has the ability to learn. You see, from this perspective, Shraddha is twofold. Shraddha, very simple translation, can be faith. Shraddha is a very deep word, but in this context, let us fix Shraddha as faith. So, the student must have Shraddha that the Guru can teach me. Otherwise, what's the point of sitting in the class? So, on the part of student, there is Shraddha, faith in the words of the Shastra, faith in the words of the Guru that it will work. Similarly, Guru also has Shraddha, faith that student has the ability to learn. Very beautiful, isn't it so? Very beautiful. So that way this communication happens. The communication of truth, unfoldment of the truth through the words of the Shastra happen in this mechanism. So Ashtavakra assumes that we can gain this knowledge. We can gain this wisdom. You see, everything in the world needs so many things. They're standing upon the dependency on so many things for something to accomplish. You see, suppose a traditional puja is to be done. Then you need to depend on so many things. You need flowers, you need fruits, you need oil, you need lamp. For so many people, they are not satisfied with doing puja themselves directly. They need a priest. Then there is need for mantra, this, that, go, 100 million things you need probably. In fact, in society they make it more and more complex. Shri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam. What should you offer to me? Patram, one single leaf. Everything is in singular form. Pushpam, one flower. Phalam, phale, phalani. He is not saying phalani. He is not using plural. He is using singular. Just one fruit. And just a uddharana of water. That's enough. But how he puts a condition? Bhaktya, with bhakti. If you have bhakti in the heart, you don't need hundreds of things. Just one flower is enough, or just your namaskara is enough. You don't need anything. If you don't have bhakti, then you need a lot of things. You need a lot of things. So, you need so many things, you're dependent on so many things for a traditional puja. Or if you want to cook and accomplish something, you need so many ingredients, so many vessels, etc. I'm on a particular diet, so now I need so many things to carry from place to place to accomplish that. So painting, you need canvas, you need brushes, you need colors, all of it. There's so much dependency on so many things. But when it comes to knowledge of self, all that you need is yourself. A mind which is ready to inquire. Okay? Let us go one more step further. All you need is a teacher. Acharyavan Purusho Veda. All that you need to gain this knowledge is yourself and the right teacher. That's it. Swamiji, what about mantras? The teacher has the mantra. Swamiji, what about Upanishads? The teacher has the Upanishads. What about Bhashya? The teacher has the Bhashya. The Guru has the Bhashya. What about Sanskrit, the guru has the Sanskrit. We thought Shishya needs so many things. No. All that Shishya needs, a student needs, is an open heart and an open mind to receive. Everything else will subsequently come. All you need is yourself. What a glorious journey. That's why it is said spirituality is traveling light. Spirituality is traveling light. You don't need any numerous things. You don't need numerous things. And if at all you feel that, okay, I need to know some shloka, I need to know something about spirituality, Shankaracharya says, Ardha shlokena pravakshyami yaduktam grantha kotibihi. He says, I will tell you just in half a verse what is spoken in countless hundreds and thousands of texts. Yaduktam grantha kotibihi, in crores of texts. I will tell you the essence of all those crores of texts. In what? In one verse? No, Shankara says in half a verse. What is that half a verse? Brahma satyam jagan mithya jivo brahmaiva na paraha. Brahman, reality alone is the truth. Brahman alone is the truth. Jagat, the whole phenomenal Jagat, is just a show, is just a phenomenon. Know that you are non-separate from the truth. You are non-separate from the truth. That's all. If at all you want to remember by heart one verse, you can have this. And keep on contemplating, mulling over it. One day, the absorption is complete with numerous exposure to the discourses by various acharyas or the chosen acharya. This light of knowledge, flame of knowledge will be lit in your mind and heart, and that's enough to throw out all complications out of life. So for spirituality, you don't need numerous things. All that you need is yourself. And if at all that is not enough, all you need is acharya. All you need is a teacher. In fact, many people who have been here before, you may ask them, or any sannyasis or any teachers, any senior students, experience, you may ask, what is one thing that changed your course of thinking, course of life, the way you make decisions, way you handle your life? What? Guru. Guru. That's all. You need Guru. In fact, modern life becomes complicated by each year. Sometimes the way so much of news everybody has consumed, because of so many incidences that has happened in the society in the name of spirituality, to trust a guru itself becomes a Herculean task. The mind is not so ready. Why? Because, okay, we can understand. Logically, sometimes we can explain that because you see news item, some fraud by some Baba. You go somewhere, somebody is collecting money in the name of spirituality. This, that, people are misguided. And also, like Swami Sadatmananji was saying, spirituality is taken to be weird behavior. People become weird, abnormal in the name of spirituality. All that makes a person, it becomes difficult for the person to trust the Guru, to put faith in Guru. But there is Sampradaya, there are numerous Gurus who have dedicated their lives for this teaching. So you see them, observe their life, and choose to study, learn from a learned Acharya. That solves all the problem. So, Shraddha, that Shraddha is very important in this journey. That Shraddha. belief, faith. The moment we use these words, somebody becomes little cautious. No, not for me. Why? In fact, life works on the basis of belief and faith. You open an app and order a Ola or Uber, and you're believing that this app will take me from place A to place B. An unknown person comes to pick you up at night 10:30, and you sit in the car with the faith and belief that this car and this person and this technology behind this setup will take me from place A to place B. You have faith there. You have faith there. So in fact, life works because of belief and trust and faith. We need to discover the same attitude in spirituality also. Very essential. Very essential. Then alone it works. Then alone it works. Same way you trust Google Maps to take you from place A to place B, same way you trust Ashtavakra Gita to take you from samsara to moksha. From sadness towards the light of happiness, to light of peace. That's what you trust the process. You trust the process. So, Ashtavakras is direct teaching. Ashtavakra conveys truth just like you ring the bell, you hit the bell. It's like that. Ashtavakra gives you the ultimate medicine for the Bhavaroga. This medicine, in fact, the medicine is so potent that just one injection is enough. But if our immunity is not yet developed, then you need the second dose. So then you need third dose. Then you need yearly dose. Whatever, that is up to the person, readiness of the person, up to the readiness of the person. So Guru is an essential part of the whole journey, and another most essential part of the journey is you yourself with an open mind, with you yourself with an open mind. That's the experience everybody has when they meet the right teacher, the right acharya. In fact, if I have to share my personal experience, I was searching and searching for this knowledge. Somehow nothing seemed to satisfy the thirst that I had to know deeper aspects of life, to know Shastra, to know the truth, to approach the truth, to lead a spiritual life. So much confusion and so many preconceptions were there. But one fine day, you want to call it luck, you want to call it grace, you want to call it punya, whatever we want, it's all words. But finally, it's there in every student's experience. One day, a person meets their guru. That's how I met Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji in this ashram. The moment I met him, I knew I don't need anything else except him, except his teachings. So in each one of you will discover, or you might have already discovered, all that you need is teaching. All that you need is the teacher. Teacher, teachings, in fact, non-separable. Vaghat, what is that? There is a verse, suddenly it's not coming. Yeah. Parvati Parameshwara, they're inseparable, just as Vak and Artha. Vagartha viva sampraktau, Vagartha pratipattaye, Jagatah pitaro vande, Parvati Parameshwara. Just as the word and the meaning cannot be separated, the teaching and the teacher cannot be separated. So teacher becomes an essential guide, light, one who shows you the path. Ultimately, you have to walk. Teacher will not carry you. You have to walk. But then who will show the light? Who will show the way? Teaching and the teacher. Teaching but the teacher. That's the approach of Ashtavakra. It's a conversation between Janaka, Maharaja and Ashtavakra. Now, we may take a few points from the student also. A student is a householder. Usually everybody, how much ever you teach, how much ever you say, again and again we say, still a preconception is there. All this is for sannyasis, not for me. Probably not for me. It's all nice in the ashrams. Or we have so much preconceived notions that, suppose I'm teaching something, in between the mind gets activated. Yeah, Swamiji says, not applicable to us. Maybe applicable for them, not us. This, that. Mind starts having a conversation by itself. This knowledge is not for the color. This knowledge is for anybody who wants to become free. Anybody who wants to become free. Anybody who wants to become free. That's what Janaka's life shows us. He's in the middle of activity, in the height of activity, peak of activity. Can you imagine anybody else having more responsibility than that of a king? So, Janaka shows that this knowledge is accomplished not just in the forest, not just in the Gurukulams, but also in the midst of our daily life. In the midst of our daily life. That's a little background to the text. Maybe in the Satsang I will speak a little more about this particular text. Now the few select verses that I have chosen for this retreat are from 18th chapter. We will directly approach the verse and I will be unfolding that verse. Ashtavakra uvacha. You can repeat after me. Yasya bodhodhaye tavat. Yasya bodhodhaye tavat. Swapnavad bhavati brahmaha. Swapnavad bhavati brahmaha. Tasmai sukhaika rupaya. Tasmai sukhaika rupaya. Namah shantaya tejase. Namah shantaya tejase. A beautiful verse, a beautiful beginning. It's as if it is beginning again at the 18th chapter with a Mangalacharanam. Mangalacharanam is an invocation of Mangala, auspiciousness. Invocation of auspiciousness. Now, Ashtavakra is offering Namaste. Namaha means Namaste. Namaha, he is saying Namaha. Usually, in the religious context, whom do we offer Namaha? Okay? And Bhagavan. We offer Namaha to Bhagavan. Om Shivaya Namaha, Om Shambhave Namaha, Om Ganeshaya Namaha. So, Namaha is always offered to Bhagavan. Something higher. We praise. Namaha is also praising. So somebody comes and you say Namaste. That I offer you praise. I offer you salutations. That's what you do. That's what we do. And in the worldly context, Namaste. Namaste you do to whom? Usually in the worldly context. You do, suppose if you want a job promotion, you will do Namaste to the boss. Suppose you want something, you want some favor, you will do Namaste to the politician. You want something, whoever can enable you that, you do Namaste to that. And in fact, in the world, people are obsessed with wealth. So they do Namaste to money. They don't care whether that money has come from dharma or adharma way, but everybody does namaste to money. Namaste to money. Black money, namaste. White money, namaste. Every money, green money, dollars. Maha namaste. So everybody does namaste. Everybody's worldly person's namaste or namaha is reserved for silly worldly things. Isn't it so? Their namaha is reserved for all the most silly things. Most silly things. In fact, you see, the way the mind works is just something amazing. Some movie was released, I believe, recently. Something very famous movie. Somebody used their influence with a theater owner to get the movie tickets. Meaning what? They had to do namaha to whom? Theater owner to get the tickets. So all our namaha in the world is reserved for the most silliest of things. And there are also set of so-called bhaktas, or let us give them status of bhakta pavam. Their namaha is there for whom? For Bhagavan, but that is not just out of love or anything, that is only because of desire. In Kannada, there is a small saying, Sankata Bandaga Venkataramana. Meaning what? Tirupati Venkataramana, Balaji, you will remember him only when you need something or when you are in trouble. Then alone you will remember even God. You see how utilitarian a worldly person is. So utilitarian, utterly utility oriented. Bhagavan also I will worship only if I get something. Otherwise I don't even care for Bhagavan. Even gods become useless if they cannot fulfill my desires. Such is the bhakti, such is the worship. Such is the way of the world. But here we are in this sacred Gurukulam for not meet worldly needs. Suppose onset only, if you ask questions, Swamiji, after Ashtavakra Gita, will my daughter get promotion? I don't know. We don't guarantee that. Swamiji, after this Gurukulam course and our commitment bhakti, will I get the money that I am seeking? I don't know. You may get, you may not get. We don't assure you anything of that. But I can assure you one thing. I can assure you Shanti. I can assure you Tejas. I can assure you peace. I can assure you effulgence in your own being. So that's why a spiritual person is not a utility-oriented person. He also does namaha. He does namaha to whom? A jnani. Here sage Ashtavakra is a jnani. He does namaha to whom? Namah Shantaya Tejase. He does namaha to Shanti, peace, and Tejas. He's doing namaste to peace because that's what you want. You do namaste to whatever you want, isn't it so? I explained you before. You want film ticket, you do namaste to the whole film system. Whoever is the theater owner. Here in spirituality, Adhyatma to whom? Of course, Guru. But you are ready to bow down and leave everything. For whose sake? For Guru's sake? No, that's not the context. For whose sake? For the sake of Shanti. For the sake of peace. For the sake of Tejas. Tejas means knowledge. In other words, Tejas means the light of knowledge. In Hindu Sanatana Dharma, Flame is always compared to knowledge, wisdom. Then why sannyasis wear orange color robes? A question may come. The color of the flame is orange. So, to depict that value, that a life of commitment to the knowledge, sannyasis wear the ochre robes. Sannyasis wear the ochre robes. Also, the color of the rising sun is this yellowish orange. The sun Tejas he represents, the sun represents knowledge, wisdom, the dawn of knowledge and wisdom. The same thing is used in the spirituality, that the sannyasi wear this orange color. Then one more question may come, then that being so, why brahmacharis wear white or brahmacharinis wear white color, you may ask. The color of the sun is orange. The color of the moon is white. What does the moon do? Moon reflects the light of the sun. Moon absorbs and reflects the light of the sun. So the Shishya, Brahmachari, Brahmacharini is walking on the path of the Guru, reflecting the knowledge of the teacher. So they wear white. And there are many more symbolic contexts. This is one of the primary explanations. So what a glorious thing it is to offer namaste, to bow down our head. Namaha also comes with a symbolic gesture, isn't it so? When you say namaste, you bend your head. Even if you are doing namaskara to, you are greeting somebody in your marriage, namaste vango, namaste please come, IE. You will bend your head a little bit. Who taught you that? Nobody thought. It's there in the culture. Somehow we picked it up by observing our elders. Or one more step of namaste, we touch the feet of the Guru or elders or Bhagavan, or we bow down, Sashtanga Namaskara, we fall flat on whoever we are offering that Namaha to. Here, a spiritual person turned his head to anything else except for peace, Shanti. Not out of ego, out of clarity. Meaning what? Will that spiritual person be very arrogant in life? No, that's not the context. Meaning what? Sometimes when you bow down also, it's also in other context, not in the Namaha context. When you bend, meaning you are compromising. You compromise. In life we compromise on so many things. But then a spiritual seeker doesn't compromise with anything else except for Shanti. For the sake of Shanti, that person, he or she is ready to give up anything. For whose sake? For my own peace of mind. In fact, I see this in today's youngsters. People in 25 to 35, maybe till 40, I see that. Somebody said recently, a youngster, they were given an offer to go abroad for the work. They denied that opportunity. Then I asked why. Usually everybody chooses that. Why? No, Swamiji, we live with our parents. We are very peaceful. What we are earning, that is sufficient. So that doesn't mean that people who went abroad are wrong. That's not the example is trying to convey. What is the example trying to convey? That for the sake of their peace, they were not ready to compromise for anything, even though it were to bring them greater money or financial down before it. Chose what? Peace of mind that is there in living with parents, family, children, all together. Namashantaya Tejase. Ashtavakra is saying, salutations to that Paramatma, to that Atma Chaitanya, to that reality, Namaha, to that. What is that? That ultimate truth is in the form of peace and effulgence. that salutations to that knowledge, that wisdom, which is the embodiment of effulgence and peace. Rashid says, Yasya bodhodaye tavat swapnavat bhavati brahma. The dawn of which wisdom, at the dawn of that delusion goes away like that of dream. Like that of dream. My salutations onto that wisdom, the dawn of that wisdom, the delusion, the confusion, wrong notions about the world and myself just goes away in its dawn, in its presence. My salutations onto that wisdom, meaning that wisdom is being praised. That wisdom is being praised. Who is most important, we worship it. So in Adhyatma Marga, we are worshipping wisdom. What do I worship? Wisdom. What do I value? Wisdom. Everything is only wisdom. Everything only wisdom. Puja Swamiji, Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji used to live in a kutia, a grass hut in Rishikesh on the banks of Ganga, where our Swami Dayananda ashram is located right now. So if you go to his room, if you see the pictures of that kutia, what was there in that kutia? Just books. Just books. Because you hold that which is most valuable to you. That which is most valuable to you. So once in 70s, I believe, Puja Swamiji's kutia caught fire. When he was inside the grass hut, that kutia caught fire. And in his own words, Swamiji has explained that incidents in some of the talks and writings. He said there was fire. There was suddenly fire. And then his immediate instinct was to just grab the books that he can and come out of that kutia. Probably if we were there, I don't know what you will put your hand first. Suppose it's that, let that situation not come to anybody. But then it shows in moments like this, what do we try to grab? Meaning that is most valuable to us, isn't it so? Becomes most valuable to us. That's why in the aeroplane when you sit, they give that instruction. In case of an emergency, leave all your carry-on baggage. Just exit empty-handedly. Because they have seen probably in some situation, even in an evacuation kind of an emergency landing, people are trying to take their carry-on baggage because that becomes more important to you than your life and others' life. That is how stupid humanity is. That is how selfish a person is. That person doesn't care that if I spend an extra minute to gather my check-in, whatever the hand baggage, somebody else's evacuation chance can go, delay, get lost. But yet that person, that I have kept chakli, nipat in that. I need that. So that's how people are stuck to silly small things. So a jnani is concerned only with wisdom. So like Puja Swamiji brought out that books out of the kutia, whatever he can. Then he finally said, everything got burnt. And the onlookers, whoever saw Swamiji laughing or kind of being in a cheerful disposition, not worried, not. And somebody asked him, what happened? Swamiji, kutia is burned. You cannot do anything except get some water from Ganga and put. In those days, what can you do? There is no fire service come to save a grass hut. Swamiji said after this whole episode, the fire purified everything. The fire purified everything. So it's a disposition of a jnani. So why I shared this, probably you can do a small exercise. If you were in that situation, you can imagine sometimes we are so fearful. We cannot even entertain that thought. What is the first thing that I am going to grab? What is the first thing I'm going to grab? It's like that. I don't know if we all will grab Bhagavad Gita book before exiting something. I don't know. Maybe your hand will first go to the gold, passport, bank account, ATM card, car keys, what not. We don't know. We don't know. But a wise person's commitment is for knowledge. Namashantaya tejase. Salutations onto that wisdom, the dawn of that wisdom. All delusion will go away just like a dream, just like a dream. That's how it is. Now let us analyze this example and conclude the first session. All of you might have had various dreams, isn't it so? Various dreams. When does the dream end? When does the dream end? When you wake up, dream ends. Does the dream continue for a few minutes after you wake up? Does it? Yes or no? No. The dream goes away instantaneously. What sometimes may remain is the effect of the dream a little bit, probably 30 seconds more, or 1 minute more, or for some people 3 days more, depending on the objectivity which is there in the person. Some people, you see, people are like this. People get a dream and they wake up, they don't even let go of the dream. They're so stingy and conjuice that they don't even let go of the dream. They will call, you know what, today I got this dream. In my dream, snake came. Arey, you would have seen the snake somewhere, you got the dream snake. They don't let go. Then they will call somebody else. They'll say, in my dream, a snake came. They don't let go. Then that evening they go to the temple. They say, they tell to the Purohit, they tell Purohit, you know what? Last night I was sleeping, in my dream, a snake came. That Purohit immediately says, oh, snake came? You have Sarpadosha. Then the person asks, what should I do now? What should I do now? The person asks the priest. So, Sarpadosha, nothing. We will do one Shanti Homa. Oh, how to do it? You don't worry. You just come that day. Next, we will fix it for next Wednesday at 9 o'clock. You just come with your husband. Bring 10,000 rupees. What should I bring? No, just bring fruits. We will arrange everything. Give another 5,000 more. All the samagris which are required, you don't worry. You're such a busy. You're working in Infosys. You don't have time. We know. You go. We will buy everything. Ghee, flowers, everything, whatever is required. We will come. We have a package now. Then they will tell, there are 2 packages. 15,000 package, 20,000 package. Which one you want? You know reality of the 15,000 package, 20,000 package? Somebody told me this. 15,000 package, they will reuse the old person, the previous Homa things. 20,000 things, probably you'll get new, fresh everything. You know, so the person says, okay, fine. We will choose the 15,000 package, as if it is like tour package. Europe, 6 days, 7 nights, 1 lakh rupees. Is it like that? No, whatever. So we will choose 15,000 rupees package. Fine. Then you do the Sarpa Home, whatever, the Shanti, all that. Then probably that person who got the dream snake is finally relieved that, Abba, I got snake in the dream. And it went away. Did it go away? When did it go away? After the Homa? When did it go away? When after you spoke to the Purohit, it went away. When did the dream snake leave? The minute you woke up, dream snake vanished. It's you who did not let go of the dream snake. Look at the plight of a deluded person. They don't let go of the things around the world which is there in the waking state. Everything they are holding on to, not one single thing they are ready to let go of. Not only that, they are not even ready to let go of dream objects. Oh my God. What kind of delusion? Delusion Paramavadi. Delusion Pro Max. So this is what happens. People don't even let go of a dream snake. The dream ends the moment you wake up. All our sadness, all our confusions, all our fears vanish at the dawn of the knowledge. The moment you wake up to the truth, all the delusions spontaneously go away. Spontaneously go away. That's what Ashtavakra is worshipping, that knowledge, the dawn of which all delusions go away at once. How that happens, how to transcend all that dualities, all that confusions, all that dukkha, we will discuss further in the next class. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ. So, we'll spend a little more time to know some of you more today. I request our volunteers to pass the mic. You can end the live.